Hello all you beautiful people out there. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I'm doing good. I have a cold, so I'm gonna take it easy. I haven't been drinking coffee. My mood is like here, but it's all good because now I'm gonna talk about RuPaul's DragCon UK, which I went to actually on my birthday, which was really fun. And I'm just gonna talk about like my experience there, a little bit like how it changed me, because it was like such a huge event that when I was in it I was like, whoa, this is so much. But when I like calmed down and settled down, I realized like how much it affected me and how important it was for me. I was there with my mom and we had VIP tickets. I think we came there like an hour before and they let us in first before like the main mass, and it was so lucky because what happened was that we just we came there and we just walked straight in while all the mass had to like wait. And we just walked straight into like the opening when RuPaul like cuts the ribbon, and he was standing right there, and I swear to God, like he walked like an inch from us, like right past us, and he like looked at my mom and stuff, and we were just like shook because we didn't realize like it would be so frontal, like all in the front, you know. And Monet Exchange was there. Crystal from Drag Race UK, like all the UK drag queens were there. If you've seen that season, it's pretty good, but it's like a different type of like drag. I think definitely more humor and less like looks, but I still really enjoyed it. I think like the look part of it is my favorite part of it. But yeah, and then there was like, dude, they were right there. We were so close. I was like so shook. And then we had like a moment where we could just walk around. I made a little scrapbook of like all the stuff that happened while we were there, because that's just how nerdy I am about drag. I also inserted this like Shea Coulee keyring thing. I got to meet her. It was amazing. So the first thing that happened, it was quite funny. The whole weekend before, I had stressed about making this like couture garment. Like I really wanted to wear something that stood out and like was out there and amazing, and I made this thing that I was like really proud of. It was the biggest type of fashion thing that I've ever made, but I'm not a seamstress, but I love designing, so I always have these creations that are like bigger than what I can actually create. And the first thing that happened when we sat down in the Uber on the way to the thing, like I just started like and my butt ripped, and I'll insert a picture of that too because it was so bad, and I was just like, ah! So that happened, and the whole time I was like in the bathroom, I was trying to like sew it closed. But definitely it's hard to like, there's so many, oh my god, I'm like all over the place. There's so many huge personalities there. So it almost feels like you're so small because everything is so big and everyone is so big. Like you don't realize like how huge these drag queens are until they stand right next to you. It really is a glamazon, you know? So on the first day, we didn't get to actually meet any of the queens or say hi or anything. I didn't have any cash, and on the whole like preparation list that you should have bring your own cash, but we didn't have any, and we stood in line for the cash takeout, the ATM, for such a long time. And when there's like two people in front of us, they didn't have any more cash, which was very unfortunate, and I was kind of upset about it for a while. But there was so many great performances there that it was really amazing. I think I got some shots of a few of them that I really liked. It was really funny. What's her name? Scaredy Cat. She did a performance that I thought was quite funny. And some other queens. I don't remember. I should have written all of this down. My mom also dressed up as like a skiing person. Like she was in like full skiing gear with like the goggles and like pink lipstick and like a blonde wig, because she wanted to do like her type of drag. Actually on her 50th birthday she did like a whole lip sync to one of her favorite artists, so my mom's like already halfway there. And we also did this thing. They had like a talk. Monet Exchange and Bob the Drag Queen had a talk, like a podcast.
No, you know, girls, y'all know Fifi O'Hara got arrested outside of the gym. Well, she got arrested, like fully arrested. It was, everyone knows she's an ex-convict. Everyone knows. Everyone knows that Latrice and Fifi are like dangerous.
And some people got to ask questions, and it was just such a fun time. And Bob the Drag Queen like broke the sofa, so it like tipped backwards, and Monet was just like gagging over it. She was like, oh my god, that's so funny, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then after a while, the other part of the sofa broke and he fell again. And it was just really funny. It was a big old hoot. On the first day, I think also there was this drag group called like Drag Syndrome that performed, which was basically all these like drag queens and kings with Down syndrome who had like this group, and they performed like a lip sync, and it was so beautiful and so funny, and I love like the irony of their group name. I thought that was like really touching, and I thought it was great to show like this whole drag thing, like bringing all these different groups of people together, because there's just so much diversity. Like some people just wear like a fan t-shirt, and then some people go like full drag, and it's like super extreme. And among the whole thing, there's different like stalls, and you can shop. There's a lot of things you can shop. I bought a lot of eyelashes, and I'm like obsessed with eyelashes now. I think it's so cool, and like with different colors, because there was like sale on everything on the last day. So definitely I'm like so inspired to like do drag now. I know I'm a woman, and technically it's not so fun if a woman does drag, but all my interests when it comes to like dancing, performing, artistic stuff, and makeup, and I like hair, but I've never tried on a wig, so we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And also like creating stuff, like it all kind of comes together with drag somehow, because it's like a multi-talented art form, and I think that's so interesting and so inspiring. And I was like reevaluating like my whole life and what I'm doing. I think I'm not gonna do drag because I'm not like the outwardly funny personality type, and I know there's definitely drag queens that don't have that much, like Naomi Smalls, Kim Chi, Violet Chachki. I don't know. There's just something about creating for the art form itself that I really like, so I'm gonna find a way to make it all come together. On the second day, I wore something much simpler. I made the pants before, but I was like rushing to get something done. But this day was like the best day because we got in there early again, and we got to, I'll post a picture of like the side of all the ones that didn't have VIP, and like how empty it was, and me in the empty room and everything. It was great. We got like a head start, so we got to see in the beginning. Actually, I was standing in the line for Bianca Del Rio, and guys, it is insane. Like first you have to stand in the line with like, I don't know, like 50 people or something to get a ribbon to see her, and that line is like 200 people. I mean, you could see her like in front of you, but you can't like say hi unless you do this, and I was just like, oh shit. But I stood next to this girl who told me that down below you can buy like a meet and greet for Adore Delano, and if you don't already know, like Adore Delano is like one of my favorite drag queens just because I feel like I can relate to her a lot, and her drag is not even that good, and I don't even think she would like describe her drag as drag, because I think she's just like herself when she does drag rather than like the art. And I just find her like presence, like it was just amazing. So I went down and got the bracelet. We were so lucky, and no one was in queue for that, so I don't think a lot of people knew about it, but it was just like wow. Miss Cracker was also there. Shea Coulee was there, which I got to meet, and her experiences, like meeting her, she's like one of my favorite drag queens. I love her because she is so natural, and she's so good at like dancing and makeup and fashion. Like she just has it all, plus like a very charismatic personality. I don't think you can really explain why you like a certain like person. You just do, you know? So I got to see her, and when I met her, I told her like how much I loved her Isma look, like the one she did for Halloween last year, and I was just like, wow, that's amazing. And she told me like I looked fabulous with my makeup, made me like close my eyes, and it was just, I felt like we would be friends. Maybe I'm overreacting a little bit, but you know how it is meeting your stars. So that was a really great experience. I also got to meet Adore Delano, and I asked her about if she had watched Adventure Time, and she told me like the cast on her season, everyone told her she sounded like Limpy Space Princess, which she totally does. And I showed her my tattoo. Yeah, we took a picture together. It was great. I also got to meet the Vivienne, which is the winner of RuPaul's Drag Race UK. Oh my god. And she said she loved my dinosaur earrings. That was cool. And actually on the first day she did a show, like a Rocky Horror Picture Show performance to Sweet Transvestite. And I love that song, and I was like gagging when she started singing that, and it was only like VIP who got to see it. It was just like,
it's a sweet transvestite, from transsexual Transylvania.
I was so shook. I was so shocked. It was so amazing. On the second day, my mom dressed up as a hippie. We didn't go to any panels that day. I got to see Bag of Chips, which was great. She was late, and she was like, I'm so sorry, I had a terrible morning. Yeah, Bag of Chips was really fun. I had a great time, like, with my mom in general. Being there with her was just a special experience, and I think, like, she really enjoyed enjoying it together. Also, the band, like the Frock Destroyers, did a performance and they sung it twice, which I just love because I literally have like a Break Up Bye Bye from Drag Race UK like on repeat. Like, I love that song so much. It's so funny and it was just so much fun. Shea Coulee also performed, but she didn't perform in her time, so like I just missed it. What other queens were there? Like, there was a lot. There was like Morgan McMichaels, Angina, Kasha Davis, all the queens from RuPaul's Drag Race UK. I feel like I'm missing a lot. But it's not that important. I didn't say hi to any of them except the ones that I mentioned, but it was like a lot. Like, it was just like a lot of people, a lot of impression, and there was a lot of queuing. But when it was done queuing, like the moments were just like so insane that, you know, when you experience a certain amount of time that is very special and you kind of get out of it and it just feels like it didn't happen or it was like a dream or something, that's kind of how the experience was. But all in all, I'm very glad I did it. I will not go to DragCon Los Angeles because I heard there's like 50,000 people there and I'm like, no thanks. I do not want to see Hi to My Anxiety again. So like, I'm glad I experienced it in the small scale that I did, even though it was like a lot to experience. It was great. I'm really, it was like my mom's birthday present to me, so I'm really grateful for her. She's like my drag mom and my mom. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys keep on dragging on. That does not sound positive. You're born naked and the rest is drag. Bye!